kicking 9-point goals. It's not as much as it seems. Lappin out of the centre. Solomon in front, traps it very well. Good tackle by Favola. Turns it over. Camporelli, Koutoufides, kicks and goals.
There's been plenty to smile about if you're a Carlton fan. It's three-quarter time at the Telstra Dome and a blistering third quarter, complete with Chambers and Whitnall continuing their dominance. Camporelli with 2 goals has given the Blues a 42-point lead at this stage. And Lucas, the only multiple in what has been a fairly ineffective Essendon forward line. And that game note there down the bottom, lacklustre. That does sum up their third quarter, though, in fairness. It was the Blues that were dominant. If you are a Bombers fan, then you might want to get on board and show your support for the Essendon team. This is how you become a member. That's a Melbourne number, 923 00 390. 923 00 390 to become an Essendon member. And of course there'll be some big names back, and they've certainly missed them tonight, haven't they, Steve?
Well, they have. I mean, when you've got your 2 best forwards out of your side, you're always going to struggle a bit up forward. That's where they struggled today, with Hurd and also Lloyd out of the side, but also Jason Johnson in the midfield. Obviously, they've lost the clearances around the ground, but they've got plenty to come back, the Bombers. I guess the positive for the Bombers is that they've been able to blood some kids out there today. They're doing it tough, but just so important that the scoreboard doesn't blow out. Kevin Sheedy would be hoping to win this quarter, and I'm sure he's barking those instructions there at three-quarter time.
Standing by to get down to Andrew Marr, hopefully to have a quick chat to Gary O'Donnell on the way out. Just looking at his body language as he wanders over to Andrew. And how you going, Andrew? You got him?
Yeah, very well indeed, Hutto. They seem to punch some holes too easily in your back half then.
Oh, yeah, they had blokes going everywhere, didn't they? And some of our blokes didn't know who they were on. But, you know, this quarter a chance for young guys to redeem themselves. And
that's the message for them to stand up a bit?
Yep, and show the coach, you know, the coaching staff what they can offer in the next few weeks for us.
Good on you, Gary. Thanks very much. Back to you, Hutto.
Thanks, Andrew. It is a good point to watch how the youngsters go, and let's keep a real sharp eye on them for this last quarter, Sauce. So I'm sure that Essendon coaching hierarchy will be looking at the likes of Dyson and Stanton to play midfield roles for them this year. Maybe not full-time midfield roles, but nonetheless spend some time in the middle to try and bolster now that Mercury and Mercedes have moved on.
Yep, there's no doubt about that. And Kepler Bradley at centre-half back as well. He's one that they'd be looking to hopefully hold down a key position post, maybe the third tall down back.
Final quarter underway. Laycock, Johnson, Stevens has been very good. Well done by McPhee. Pushed him off the ball. Now a chance at ground level for the Blues to just force it forward. They do, but Thomas is in the way. Who's been one of Essendon's better players, Paul Thomas, and the McGarry medalist in South Australia last year. Bradley chips and finds Cupido. Henneman. Good chase by Walker, but he was able to get the kick away. And Bolton, who's had the job on Koutoufides for the evening and done it pretty well. Dyson, one of the young players we've just spoken about, kicks it and drills the pass. Wiggins did very well to cut across the Lucas lead. And it gives French the chance. He couldn't control it, so Wiggins does it himself. Well played, Simon Wiggins. Livingston bombs away to the wing. Whitnell coming up. Couldn't quite hold on. Bradley first to recover. In the end, he handballs to himself. Dyson concedes ground back to Thomas. Another possession for Paul Thomas towards half forward, coming at Lucas. Well gathered on the half volley. The Blues get back in number though. Lovett Murray can't force clear and will get a bounce 45 metres from the Bomber goal.
So this last quarter just underway. Laycock has done plenty of ruck work around the ground for the Bombers against French in the ruck. It'll be interesting to see what role they have in mind for Laycock as the season goes on.
Yeah, you'd think he'd spend some time in the ruck and also forward. Just a developing ruckman.
As I mentioned earlier, he's grown to now 203 centimetres. He's had a lot of physical trouble, so with some operations needed over the summer. He's now at his he's now pain-free for pretty much the first time he's been at Essendon. So hopefully he'll have a big year as we look at Nathan Lovett-Murray, who certainly made an impact last year as a rookie. Kicked 21 goals for the year in 20 games. And
a little bit unlucky perhaps not to be on the list proper. Again, will need to be elevated as we look at the free kick. You have to do it all again off the rookie list, Nathan Lovett-Murray.
Well, they need some inspiration here, the Bombers. Suddenly he hurries as he comes in off the runway. It was an interesting approach, but it looks like it's pretty effective. He's kicked the goal.
The Bombers now just 4 super goals away from levelling up the match, and we'll get a free kick and we'll come back to Prendergast. Gets on with it quickly towards half forward. Whitnell in from the side. Classic Lance Whitnell there. Third man up. And just hovered in the air. Favola leads, but Whitnell not quite ready for him. And as we watch it again, there he is.
It's a good sign, that.
Oh, yeah. He's been very impressive, Lance Whitnell. He's taken 11 marks coming in for possession number 17 and kicking for his 4th goal from outside 50. It's across the face and through 4 over behind. So 3 goals to the tally for Lance Whitnell this evening.
Just how excited should Carlton fans be getting about Lance, do you think?
Well,
Sauce?
very excited, because I believe if Lance Whitnell is fit and up and going and playing anywhere near his best, they're every chance to make the final 8.
Oof. What about the flag?
I don't know about the flag, but we'll start at the 8.
Here's Lovett off half back. Shares it around. Cupido just overcooked it a fraction. Made it tough for Reynolds. Kept the hands free. Peveril likewise. Little sidestep and intricate kick designed for Lucas. Murray running onto it. And Kevin Sheedy resting some of his big names for the last quarter to allow the youngsters to get their opportunity. Dennis Pagan likewise, no doubt, will give his young players plenty of opportunity now that the game's pretty much in the bag. Here's Lovett. To Lovett Murray. Not quite. Johnson might be in trouble here. It's coming back, and he must have known it all along because he looked far too calm.
Johnson, lead provided by Teague. Good kick. David Teague, strong, solid contributor again this evening. Camporelli missed the mark, but does very well to gather. Houlihan providing support. Dyson in hot pursuit. Well done, Ricky Dyson. Keeps tracking the football. Welsh. Thomas just couldn't handle it. Eddie Betts for his first possession for the Blues. Dyson. Another one for Eddie Betts. Only as far as Bolton this time, who casually kicks it around the corner. Chance for Hunt. Gets an accommodating bounce and he's away with the bounce. Doesn't know what to do. Decides just to kick it to the top of the square. Livingston and Lucas, outnumbered Lucas. And the Blues do well just to knock it over. Scott Lucas appeals. What about the holding, he says. No free kick there, though. So a boundary throw in deep in Essendon's attacking zone.
Laycock and French. Stevens has led superbly tonight. Lappin, another great leader for the Blues. And Whitnell on the bike again, up on the wing. Doing it all with a handball over the head. Bradley up to it this time to Bullen. This is Watson now. Better watch out. He does. In the middle, plenty of options. Play on was the call. It went backwards, apparently. Off the left, it was a long kick from Dyson to full forward. Stanton lost his footing just when he needed it most. And that was clever play again. Thornton, the stalwart in defence, gets it back from Livingston. Sorting things out with Whitnell. He's everywhere. Gives it plenty to the wing. Walker crashed the pack. Lappin was still standing. He kicked it out on the full, and he reckons it came off Mark Bolton, but the boundary umpire begs to disagree.
He's still having a crack, Matthew Lappin.
Let's have a look.
The only person
And he
down
was
here that
dead
doesn't...
right. He was dead right too.
What was that, Andrew?
The boundary umpire was the only bloke down here who didn't know that it came off Mark Bolton's foot.
Bolton, the half forward. Whitnell again involved. Big fist this time. Chance for Stanton. Under pressure, Bradley. Collides with Reynolds. Just handballs in hope. Teague first back. Whitnell. Now Stevens. He's got Spawn outside. He hasn't seen him, so he just bangs it on the boot. Difficult ball to mark. Stanton showed courage. Love it. Clever little chip around the body. Oh, dear.
Downfield it was.
Well, I think Bradley earned it. In fact, it's not. It's Dyson earned the free kick anyway. So Ricky Dyson, 11 games in his debut year, was taken number 44 in the 2003 draft. He kicks towards full forward. Prendergast, Spawn. And they've combined very well, the Carlton defences. Livingston kicks towards the wing. Cupido. Bradley's got loose players in the centre of the ground and finds one of them. Peveril wants his left side. Good overlap provided by Bolton. Chips at McPhee, charging out, couldn't take it. Lucas wheels onto the left boot, kicks it high. Is it straight? Has it got the carry? Yes. All of the above. Goal to the Bombers.
Now Dennis Pagan's seen his team give up a couple of goals in this last quarter. Scotty Lucas has carried a big load for the Bombers. He's kicked 3 goals. Bradley and Dyson, 2 of the youngsters for the Bombers, have had 6 possessions each in this last quarter, so something to cheer them up a bit. It's again a monumental scrap for the footy in the middle, and the slick hands the order of the day. Lappin for another Whitnell battle with Bradley, and he works him inside out, but Cupido was awake to Lance's plans and showed them a clean pair of heels and keeps on running. He didn't know that handball was meant for him. Eddie Betts gets it to Whitnell. He might go for another one. Lance!
No.
What a performance from Lance Whitnell. 13 marks, 22 possessions, 4 goals too. Aided by a fantastic piece of work from Eddie Betts, who's found a little bit of the football in this final term. Walker off the boot. Favola in front, decides not to go for it, relying on Whitnell. Oh, wide of the pack. Jared Waite kicks another one, does he? Yes. So the Blues now really starting to tighten the vice on the Bombers as we watch it again, and just a question of getting the quick kick forward, Steve, making a contest of it.
Yeah, well, spot on.
A bit of luck.
So it's back to 43 now, and the Blues fans are well and truly in full voice once again. Laycock with the tip-off. Prendergast battling on at ground level. Scotland got the hands free. Johnson as slick as ever. Spawn in their inside 50. Whitnell weighted down. Bradley went hard at it. Out wide for Lappin. Back for Houlihan. He's got Favola at the top of the square, but he's such a laconic player with high skills. I thought he might have gone for goal. Betts was overwhelmed by numbers. Good result for the Blues in the end. And there's Paul Thomas, who's shown some positive signs on debut for Essendon. Clearance is fairly close.
And it's the last quarter, and the last quarter is where the Blues are blowing them away at the moment, 7-1.
See if they can come away from here. Good shepherding off the ball from McGrath. Just for a moment, I thought he might have been a bit disorientated. Houlihan as to which way he was going. The Teague kick chopped off by McPhee, who, while he's had just 12 possessions tonight, has again shown his class. Well, watch out! Here comes Eddie! Oh, it was like he was a millionaire there. And Eddie came along and got him.
Yes, well, that happens.
And I'll tell you the great thing about that, you can sometimes, when you've got a sitting duck like Andrew Welsh was, you can make an incorrect tackle, but he tackled him, brought him down on the side, absolutely copybook tackle.
Yeah. And you just see that the Essendon players are just tired. They've had to chase all day. The ball's been rebounding out of their forward line, and their defence half, well, it's been in Carlton's 50 for most of the game.
Taken number 3 selection in the pre-season draft, Eddie Betts. What a bonus for the Blues. He could be, and look at the joy he's provided.
Eddie Betts really setting the Carlton fans alight. Not so for that man. So the Blues now, and their biggest break of the match, it's out to 49 points. French, who's been very good. McPhee's tried hard. Had some real penetration on the kick. Watson and Teague. Again, Teague judging it well. Couldn't control it this time, though. But he goes back again. Well played, David Teague. Johnson, Wiggins, Scotland. They combine well again, the Blues. Normally uses it very well. No exception here. Favola on the burst. He turns from 70. Running back with the flight. Going is Prendergast. He couldn't quite get there. And Thomas will be best advised just to keep his head. He does. Bradley. Out wide finds McPhee. Draws a player, Reynolds. Takes on Spawn and loses. Spawn has it now on centre wing. He's got a loose player towards half forward. Big fist coming though. Chance for Lappin. Carlton have numbers. Teague. He just chips towards the Whitnell. He takes another mark. Number 14 for Lance Whitnell. Now he finds himself in some trouble. Run down by Dyson. Love it. Kick towards half forward. Lucas again presenting, but Livingston did very well. Well played, Luke Livingston. And what's happened here? He's given away a free kick. He must have been when Lucas was on the burst on the lead. There it is. Cannot do it. And Scott Lucas, who's tried valiantly up forward, will kick for goal number 4. Has had to shoulder the responsibility inside the attacking 50 for the Bombers. They've been overwhelmed from 50 metres. He lets fly and kicks it very well. In fact, it just grazed the post, unfortunately. Margin 48 points.
Lappin kicks in very well and finds Houlihan, who takes it now. After the Thornton pass. This is Bryant in and out of trouble. Hunt appeared from the blind spot. And that's well worked from Spawn. Slick hands. Teague. They're all getting in on the act. That looked like a high tackle, but it was Paytas holding the ball. Advantage taken by Lucas. He can surely line up for 9. And Lucas goes all the way for his 5th. Fourth, perhaps.
It was a tackle by Watson that caused a turnover. Lucas does this on the bit from inside the centre square. The super goal.
He's kicked a total of 5 goals in some way, Scotty Lucas. Kicked 4 goals. 3 behinds, but one of those was a super goal, so
It's kicked half their score, hasn't
yeah.
Laycock. Dyson, who's got a bit of it in this final term. Teague getting underneath it and marks comfortably on his chest. Quick to play on. Lappin, who's been fantastic, coming in for possession number 27 for Matthew Lappin. The way Lappin and Houlihan combine and use the ball through the midfield, it's a huge bonus for Carlton. Lappin with 27 possessions, Houlihan with 25. Spirals it towards half forward, but Laycock in the way. Just his 5th possession. It was a dubious one. Henneman under pressure. Favola did very well. Player outside is Whitnell. Whitnell chips towards Betts. He can kick another one, Eddie! And he does!
He's everywhere, Eddie.
He is everywhere. And a great confidence boost to Steve, because he didn't have much of it. In fact, he hardly had a possession up until three-quarter time, but a great tackle there on Laycock to cause the turnover initially. Great for his confidence to kick a couple of goals in the final term.
Well, he worked hard for it, didn't he? He laid the first tackle and he worked hard forward. Whitnall rewarded his work rate, and Eddie was able to kick his second.
He's the man of the moment, isn't he? Eddie Betts. He's everywhere. 105 plays 60. 45 points the difference. Lappin. Bullen. And look at those Blues jumpers just being harassed from the top, from the side, from behind. And as a result, it's a bounce. Nick Stevens, you can see he's bandaged up. He's been very solid again. 20 possessions tonight. Whitnall 23, Houlihan 25, and Lappin 27. That man McPhee has had 16 possessions for the Bombers. Pembrell's been their leading possession winner with 22. Meantime, Wiggins going at it. There's Watson over the top. It's a bit like a dog's breakfast at the moment. And the umpire to ball it up. Justin Murphy, 18 possessions, 1 goal. Laycock trying to force it forward. Lovett Murray involved. Some pretty tired legs out there now. And I think the umpire also wanted to clear the play. He's picked out a free kick.
It's tough, isn't it?
You don't like it much, do you, Sauce?
No, no. It's become like a rugby scrum. Blokes get in there and they push the ball out. I don't know. I just reckon you've got to reward the guy going in for the ball. There's a bit of common sense that I think
Let's have a look at that. Brian Livingston was the one who dragged it under.
Well, in some ways, he's being held on the shoulder, which the umpire said that was in our instruction session during the week, that was over the shoulder.
I think from the age of 8 or 9, you're told to go in and win the football.
Well, they go for the little no-point play. And it might have come off. Yes, it has. I'd like to see what Billy Bowden could come up with if he was goal umpiring for the Super Goal. Here's another look at it. They do dive on it,
that's
doubt.
where you've just got to try and either roll off.
What's Luke Livingston supposed to do? If he doesn't dive to get to that ball, he doesn't get to it, does he?
Well, the thing, he's got to make.
You should be able to be encouraged to go for the football.
I agree, but what he did is put his arms back and didn't try and knock it out. And you've got to make an attempt once you're on top of the ball to try and clear it.
It's easy in slow motion.
It is. It is. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying you've got to make an attempt. There's Betts marks again at half forward for the Blues. He decides to chip short for Favola. And Brendan Favola, well, they're just party tricks at the moment as he hands off to Walker, who bombs away for 9 points. And it's touched right on the line. So a behind only to the Blues.
Welsh brings it in. Now it's out of trouble. For how long? Let's see what McPhee can do. McPhee goes for Laycock, and Laycock takes it okay. There's Bryan coming in infringing. And that's a good mark taken by Stanton. Not long remaining now in this match. Only their 5th mark inside 50 for the day, the Bombers. Carlton have had 21. 23,220 people have journeyed out on this Sunday night, and they've seen a pretty impressive performance by the Blues. And Stanton can't thread it. It's a behind. Now, the X factor tonight has been this man, Lance Whitnall.
And 50 metres, 15 marks for Lance Whitnall,
He's reversed it, I think, the umpire.
including 4 contested marks. I'm not quite sure what's happening here.
Let's bring it back.
How can you stop a 50?
He's nullified the 50.
Yes, he has.
That's not in the rules, is it?
Well, it is now. Houlihan.
I mean, I think it should be, but it's not in the rules.
Lappin. It's been fantastic. Long towards full forward. Going back, Welsh. Can he control it? Needs to knock it through. Will he be penalised for knocking it through? I'm not sure. We'll wait. No. So just the behind.
I want to come
to the Blues.
Come back to this. He paid the 50, then he said, "Oh no, it's not a 50 anymore." He touched him in the head. Thomas out onto the wing. And it'll be a fairly quick wrap up here, Sauce. So for the fans of the Blues, how excited should they be from what they've seen?
Well, I think they've done everything right. Obviously, they've come up against an undermanned Essendon team with a number of senior players out, but real good signs with Lance Whitnall, Lappin, Houlihan having an outstanding game, and also Callum Chambers with his 3 goals today being a very good pick-up for the Blues.
So the Blues win in convincing style. 2 super goals, 13 normal goals, 11 behinds, 107, defeating Essendon. 2 super goals, 7, 10 behinds and 70. It's all the Blues by 37.